Howdy ho, folks. Right off the bat, I gotta say, I'm probably gonna drop this down to one episode a day of flipping between the two systems, purely because I'm feeling a little bit of burnout, and I'd like to avoid intense burnout here. You know, 2 hours a day, it's kind of demanding, but whatever. We're gonna start off here. We got some Zaxxon 3D. Ooh, how incredibly 3D this is. Well, they certainly did attempt a pseudo 3D appearance. I'll call that impressive, I guess. I don't know how to hit anything though, is the problem. You know, it's got wacky perspective going on right here. I don't know anything about this game. Developed, published by Sega, as you would expect. Oh, probably should have picked up that little pill. Oh, and we collided right with one of the enemies. Okay. Well, now I know why it's called Zaxxon 3D. But yeah, you know, it was nice getting through more episodes by doing the 2 episodes a day, but sincerely, it's just, it wears on you a bit. I mean, yes, all it is playing video games, but, you know, sometimes it's an hour of a video game you might rather not be playing. Don't worry. I don't have plans on, like, fully stopping or anything like that. Oh, I see. You get a crosshair in front of your ship once you're in a place where you can actually hit it. Seems odd. Missed that pill. Yeah, this game's got a big problem with perspective. That's, I think, its biggest issue. Now this is looking like Zaxxon. Alright, crashed into a wall. You're gonna start with the very beginning again. Well, that was really dumb of me, you know? Still don't know how to grab the pills. I'm gonna whiff those the entire episode. Yeah, you know, just, less content for you, but it'll make me feel a little more, hale and hearty at the end of the day, which I think is probably fairly important. Well, Zaxxon 3D, folks. That's it. That's the episode. It's all over. I like how, like, there's no actual 3D movement either, really. It's just like... I keep missing it. Our sprite just kind of wiggles across the screen. Hey, you got that one. Hey, okay. If we stay perfectly in place, I don't know what H does, but it's here, I guess. It's a different colored thing, I guess. So stay up at the very, very top here. I had a different train of thought, and then I just immediately lost it, you know? Yeah, now this is what Zaxxon looks like. It's freaking out because we're very low on fuel, but I don't know how to restock fuel, you know? I've never played Zaxxon before. Actually, I think I have played the original Zaxxon. It's a good old Zaxxon 2D. But it's been a while, and obviously that's a different beast than Zaxxon 3D. Oh, should have got that pill yet again. And who knows, maybe there'll be a point where I go back to doing 2 episodes a day. Nothing is set in stone, you know? I just want to make sure there is some content coming out. That's the most vital thing. So I hope I haven't wronged you. Alright, well, it looks like we got it. We must have. H, N, and M. Or N, H, yeah. I got that right. Ah, I see. This one goes through the enemies. And there you go. That's how you play Zaxxon. Oops. Come on, controller. Stay with me here. What else is going on in life? Started Watch Dogs. I'm feeling a little odd about it because, you know, everyone that I've ever talked to has always been like, ooh, Watch Dogs, it's kind of garbage. And now that I've, like, actually played it for the first time, I'm actually kind of enjoying it, and I'm like, am I wrong? Or was everybody else just kind of exaggerating? Like, I don't know. Am I just that easy to please? Although, I don't know, I think most people's issues with Watch Dogs is more that it's just kind of like uninteresting rather than straight up bad. Which is fine. Yeah, gain that speed. Cats are making a ruckus in this room. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're going to town. But no, yeah, I put like a little over an hour into it the other day, and even like that first hour of gameplay, like there's already a lot to do. And it's pretty fun stuff. I like the concept of the digital trips. That's the kind of thing that Cyberpunk should have absolutely been doing with the brain dances. I know. It's rag on Cyberpunk hour yet again. I like Cyberpunk, but there were some missed opportunities. I think if they did a expansion based around brain dances, that would be extraordinary. Not like brain dances as they exist now, where you just like look around and hope that you find something to look at, which is what they are right now. They're basically just like, hey, find the proper pixels. But no, if they actually like built in a bunch of like mini games or something like that based around brain dances or new experiences, there's a lot of cool stuff that they could do with that. What I'm saying is Watch Dogs did brain dances better than Cyberpunk did many years ago. And I'm not sure if that's an indictment on Cyberpunk or just a way to say, good job, Watch Dogs. I expected nothing from you, and you came in and actually kind of impressed me. Oh no, I finally got hit. Alright, well, lost all my speed, which is gonna suck big time. Can't even make it to enemies right now. I'm so sluggish. How am I supposed to get at speed upgrades if I, there we go. I was gonna say, if I can't even fly to other enemies in time. I'm not sure if I just heard a meow that came from a cat or from my wife. It's hard to tell sometimes. She does like to talk to the cats in their native tongue. Anywho. This is certainly a video game. Kind of a mild video game, you know. This is like a mild cheddar. It's not anything fancy like a old blueberry goat cheese or something like that. Might all be like blueberry goat cheese. What are you talking about? I'm like, hey, don't knock it till you try it. I've never tried it, but look at that. I'm not knocking it. Sometimes my wife unfairly tells me that I'll try anything. we're talking about like tastes and food and whatnot. I'm like, that's not true. I couldn't tell you what's untrue about it, but I gotta have my limits, right? I'll know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. Those, it's like a street food. It's like a semi-fertilized egg. That doesn't look very appealing to me. Not because I'm like mortified by its existence. I'm just, I don't know, you know, like I look at it and I'm like, that doesn't look very good. You got like kind of like a half-born chick cooked into it. It's like, it's a bit of an oddity. Oh, I'd also think twice before eating, I was gonna say earthworms, but I don't even know if there's any like street food that utilizes earthworms. Maybe that's just, I'm just straight up saying something that isn't edible. Tried acorns before. Those are pretty bitter. Not very good. I don't know if acorns are technically edible or not. Like, is there a culinary use for acorns? That's one for you to figure out, comment section. See, maybe now that I'm not releasing 2 hours of content, it'll be easier for all of you at home to keep up. Maybe this is merciful for everybody involved. It's not like we're gonna run out of content. Missiles, very nice. Not sure what the deal with that was. Did I have to shoot more manically, like break the glass or something? I don't know what was going on right there. But round 4, you know, I feel like I've made it slightly farther than I would have anticipated. Nothing that impressive, but and then I just eat a bullet to the face. Still got another life though, look at that. Whew, almost got hit by another one. It was inauguration day in the US here for the new president, and well, so it's gonna be another 4 years. I don't know. I'm not anybody who's watched my watched deep into some of my prior videos likely knows at this point now I'm a fairly, and by fairly I mean compared to most of America, radically left at times person. Not even that radical, but you know, anything further than like center left is considered radical left in America. So yeah, you know, prospect of a new president seldom gets me excited because it's all just kind of like slight different flavors of centrism. Like, I don't think anything's gonna really change that much. I could be wrong. Obviously, every time a new president is inaugurated, I of course hope that they do well, because if the president does well, we all do well. Theoretically. Not necessarily always a guarantee, but you know. That's all I'm really gonna say about it. That's all I really have to say about it is I'm not convinced, but I will hold my breath and see what happens. I'm pretty much I'm not single issue. I'm like a 2-issue voter. The climate, that being just the environment as a whole, of course, and healthcare. Because, you know, I would love to not be in crippling debt just because I got a flu once. And I'm decently well off to where that wouldn't put me in crippling debt, but holy cow, I can't imagine how some people would feel after that. The American healthcare system is whack, man. I know, you came here to watch Zaxxon, not watch a disenfranchised millennial talk about the American healthcare system, and yet, well, look what happens, here we are, see? Now imagine if I was doing 2 episodes a day. Man, with this kind of doom and gloom for 2 hours? You gotta be kidding me! The bosses seem incredibly easy to me. I don't think that's a particularly hot take. You know, I mean, look at how fast he just laid down for me. Well, I apparently missed that. I could have sworn I was right on track to get that little G pill, whatever that is. Ooh, missed the speed pill there as well, but you know. Now, what I'm unsure of is if dang it, if my fuel goes down when I shoot, or if it's just, I think it's just always going down. I guess what I'm unsure about is if spamming shots all the time accelerates the rate in which my fuel goes down. I am not sure. Good stuff. By good stuff, I mean, you know, we're just alive and cruising here. And is there anything bad about just cruising? I don't think so. No, no, no. I just recently learned that the Wailers still perform live. Don't ask me how that came into my head. You may know it better as Bob Marley and the Wailers. Obviously, without the Bob Marley aspect, because you know he's a little bit dead. So, see, you're so slow when you lose your power-ups. You can't even crawl your way to another enemy here. Look at this, it's like an uphill battle just trying to get to the other side of this trench, and then you can't dodge because you're slow. So really, it's just like every other shmup in the world. You die once, you lose your power-ups, and then that's the end of the game for you. Just don't die, forehead. Got something there. It's a nice little tinkly sound, but don't know what it was. Oh man, that hits me every time. Like a freight train out of nowhere, man. Now, will my fuel decrease at a rapid rate while I shoot this upgraded gun? I don't think it does. Not that I can see, at least. I don't even know what this really does as an upgrade, you know? N, I assume that stands for normal, so H must stand for hunky. This is the hunky gun. Doesn't have any more range. It times out at about the same spot as any of the others. That's M, okay. Now I guess we'll just use M for the rest of my natural life, under the assumption that there's really no downside to using it. Maybe there is. Maybe this will be the end of me. Ah, I missed the speed pill. I need all the speed pills, though. I need to be a fast boy. How am I supposed to be the fastest of all time if I'm missing speed pills? Well, I killed the boss extremely quickly. That's pretty great. think what we're really going to learn about this is that Zaxxon is just best done on a two-dimensional plane. Mr. the G. Well, shoot darn. Missed that W. I'm real good at missing stuff. Now I feel like... Let's see if I can make it without dying here. If I run out of fuel, that'll tell me that, yeah, using the different gun types likely drains your fuel at too alarming of a rate. I'm not out of it yet, though. Almost was. It probably does. I mean, why else would you give the choice to not use this gun? It's, you know, it's straight up better than all the other options. Well, that's it for that run. I don't know, it's, I think Zaxxon 3D's biggest, sin is that it's honestly a little boring. Like, it's not exciting. It may have been more exciting way back in the day, you know, having this kind of illusion of 3D style to it. It might be like, whoa, what's going on? The most immersive space game ever. But I also don't hear people talk about Zaxxon 3D, so it clearly was not the most immersive ever. It's just kind of here. I mean, look at Star Voyager. Star Voyager was a pretty immersive space game as well for the NES, but it was sure boring. Nearly impossible to play. That was a heck of an episode. Never forget you, Star Voyager. There we go. Behold how slow I am. That'll fix it. Well, not a total fix, but it does help. A bit. Felt like I got a little bit higher up on the X-plane, that should have dodged the bullet, but it could be that I didn't go up on that X-plane at all, you know? It could just be that I'm lost in eternal heck. Are we playing actual Zaxxon, like, on the NES tomorrow? Hold on, I have to check this, because I think we are. Hold on. This is Zaxxon 3D. No, Xevious. Xevious is on the NES tomorrow. My mistake. Sorry. They are very different games. Zaxxon and Xevious. They may start with a Z sound and be old, but they have their differences, I'm sure. Well, I'm trying to think of something, you know, like entertaining to talk about, but I'm kind of out, you know? Like, what do I start talking about now? The seasonal anime I'm watching? Watched the latest episode of Oatmeal yesterday, and that's a delightful show. Everyone was like, watch it, and I was like, oh, it's a rom-com, and now I'm watching, I'm like, I see. It's very delightful. I understand. New season of Attack on Titan is going, pretty nuts. I had no idea what to expect from the direction it would go. I am not a manga reader, so I'll say that right now here. If people are like, oh, you could just read the manga and you can see what's going to happen. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not. Manga? You mean anime spoilers? Keck. If I wanted to read the manga, I'd have read the manga, you think, maybe? The only manga I've considered reading was Berserk, just because I really don't see that ever being continued after the atrocity that was 2016 Berserk. Like, that Berserk ship has sailed. And it's a shame, too, because that's an exceptional story. They just can't seem to get their shit together to continue the adaptation. Original 97 Berserk, that was good stuff. But, you know, only covered a very small part of the canon. Oh, that's just fuel, okay. Got up to the eclipse and then it just pieced right out. But, you know, I do so much other stuff already. I'm like, do I really need to add manga into it? I did read comic books for a while. And I've considered getting back into that, but again, there's only so much time in the day, man. I was reading the entire, like, Marvel canon in chronological order. Didn't get very far. I don't even think I got out of the 60s. But you don't understand how many Marvel comics there are out there. Like, just saying, oh man, I didn't even make it out of the 60s. It's like, well, alright, that you can still have read a lot of comic books and not have made it out of the 60s. I might get back into that. We'll see. I think I prefer Western comic books to manga, generally, which is funny, because I prefer anime to Western cartoons. I feel like as Western cartoons are so, you know, they're definitely for children. Anime is not necessarily always for children. It can be, of course. It can be. You try sitting me down and try telling me that a Card Captor Sakura is not for children. Anybody can enjoy it, of course, but it's not exactly a edgy adults only kind of show. Whereas, like, Western animation, you very seldom get a serious story told in it, let alone a consistent story. There's generally no continuity in Western cartoons, which I understand why, because, you know, you just kind of broadcast them whenever. That was an extra life that I just missed right there. Feels bad, but you know, the whole point is to just not die, so easy. We'll just take that route. Missed the speed, boy. Yeah, I think that does lower your fuel faster. But maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting gaslit by these weapons here. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy. I think it's still to this day a hilarious show. Nothing cerebral about it, but there doesn't have to be, you know? Just insisting, ooh, it's not smart. It's like, yo, but who cares? Something can be smart and be incredibly boring. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're talking about a piece of entertainment, being entertaining is the most important thing. I don't care if it's shallow or any of that. It's just gotta be fun to partake in, you know? Fun in some way. Fun doesn't necessarily always have to be no sunshine and rainbows optimistic stuff, but like I've seen some fairly depressing pieces of media that were still fun to take in, but you know, fun's kind of a relative term in a lot of ways. I'm not gonna try to tell you that, like, oh yeah man, Schindler's List, that was fun. Probably wasn't, but it was at least entertaining, and I don't mean that in like a... I don't mean that in the worst possible way that you could take it, you know? I mean, it was very well put together and it was engaging. So I guess more than saying a piece of entertainment needs to be fun, I should say a piece of entertainment needs to be engaging. There, that's a compromise that I think everybody can deal with. And there are some very, very well thought out pieces of media and entertainment that are in no way engaging. See most classic literature. People get like so on their high horse about books and they're like, oh, read a book. It's like, bruh, I've read a handful of books in my day and yeah, some of them are great. And some of them are so far up their own ass, I could never be bothered to give a shit about it ever again. That's what I gotta say about books, you know. It's like all other pieces of media. There's some great stuff there, there's some boring stuff there, and there's some absolute trash there. There's this preconceived notion that if it's a book, well then that must mean that, oh, it's intelligent, you'll be a better person for going through it. No. There's some absolute garbage in the book sphere of things. What do I have to do to get through there? I shot it as fast as I could, and that didn't get me through. Can it be that brute force is not always the answer? I refuse to believe that. Well, this is where it all falls apart yet again. Round 4, it's our brick wall. Sure, thanks for that. Please, yes, please give speed. It's all I need in this world. Just a little bit of fast. How about you, comment section? What have you been playing lately? You can't tell me that you're all just, casual viewers who don't play your own games, you know? I have no clue what it wants from me there. It just kind of seems like the Fermi paradox in action there, you know? Just like running into a great filter that just prevents me from advancing any further. I also like how I have such a hard time hitting ships, but when it comes to running into bullets, no problem there. That's an exaggeration. I think I more often than not manage to avoid getting shot in the face, but it hits me every now and then, you know? And there, you know, we just, air-to-air collision. Classic stuff there. You don't need me to narrate that. Oh, goodness, the cats have just been in rare form today. Oh, what is it? Goodness. Give me one moment here, I got... Where are you, kitty? I heard you. That's the thing about my cats. Oh, there you are. Oh, now she's walking away. She came down here, started meowing at me, and then now she's just, she's leaving, you know? Minding her own business. Except dragging me into it a little bit too, you know? Nearly, had another mid-air collision. May as well at this point, you know, we have no lives left. Really, this is just the Death Star run from the Star Wars arcade game. By the way, Star Wars the arcade game is not the same video game as Star Wars Arcade. In case you need it to be real confusing for you. So if you buy Star Wars the arcade game on the Atari 2600, that's the only home console version of that. If you buy Star Wars Arcade on the 32X, that is a different game. Don't be fooled. I know you're all out there buying 32X games in 2021. I mean, the fact that people weren't even buying those games in like 1995, whenever was that it came out? Was that 1995? I was like, didn't know when the Saturn came up? And then I'm like, oh yeah, but wasn't that kind of like the most popular thing about the 32X is that it already came out when something else was coming out? And I don't know, Sega made a lot of boneheaded hardware decisions back in the day. Not least of which being the Sega Saturn's launch. Don't get me wrong, I've been admiring my Saturn quite a bit. But it was a ill-conceived release in many ways. Ready? Sure am, bud. Thanks for the pill. All right, come on. Yeah, okay. It takes the game a little bit of time to progress sometimes, you know. It's a little slow. I think maybe too many Master System games were focused a little too much on being pretty when they could have focused on picking up the pace a little bit. I don't know, though. I appreciate that they're pretty. Graphics are not everything, but when you see something that looks ahead of its time, it does manage to evoke some positive feelings within you regardless. Yeah, Gib speed. Round 2, just kind of repeating the same thing here. These are the types of games that make me question how vital the 60-minute aspect of the show is. But there are some other there are some other games, episodes, what have you, that have utilized the 60-minute formula of the show very, very well. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm torn. I can't just change it now. I mean, I'm in it. I'm in too deep. Trying to keep up above in my head instead of going going under, you fool. Can't even recite Sum 41 lyrics without messing it up today, man. Ah, missed the extra life which would have kept me alive. Oh well. Tried a little bit of chess out again today. Realized, yep, still bad at that. Turns out chess does require a considerable amount of practice to get better at. I know, weird. Yeah, I think this game definitely serves itself better as a novelty than as a full, like, video game experience. The whole concept of being like, it's Zaxxon in a wacky new perspective. It's like, yeah, that would have probably been cool back in the day, but right now it's like, I see right through you, man. All you are is Zaxxon in a wacky new perspective, but without all the fancy voiceovers to tell me that that's a good thing. Be like if you ported Super Mario Brothers to be completely 3D. And no, I don't mean it would be like what happened if you made Mario 64. I mean, if you literally just took Super Mario Brothers and were like, well, here we go. Now it's 3D for no reason. I'm sure that's been done, right? There has to be a fan game that's done that. That got promptly C&D'd by Nintendo. Music's okay, but just okay. Nothing that sticks out too much. I know, they can't all be Castlevania and Mega Man soundtracks, but when you come back at me with that point, I say, why not? Hit them with the why not, they'll never know what was coming. I feel like shit, man. I just want Jeopardy back. Jeopardy was so good. Why was it so good? Because it's a good game show. We've been over this. It's the perfect game show. It doesn't have the wacky lifelines like Millionaire. It's not multiple choice, so you just gotta know the answer. You know, Jeopardy, it's the ultimate example of skill. Mental flexing skill. Being good at trivia doesn't even necessarily mean you're smart. That is a fuel upgrade, is what the G is. I just noticed that now. Yeah, Jeopardy just means that you know a lot. And there's a difference between knowing a lot and being smart. But that's all kind of a useless argument that basically just gatekeeps what intelligence is anyway, so as such, it's an argument that really doesn't ever have to be made. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I get it. I'm low on fuel and you're very scared for me. I understand. But at the same time, the fuel is kind of a crock because, like, it seems to always conveniently give you a new fuel barrel every time you need it, so, like, what are you really scared of? Like, how are you gonna really run out of fuel? There we go. Just, you know, cold as ice. Picture perfect boss fight here. See, because he died in like 3 hits. Can't argue that. I'm gonna just like stay on this M weapon and I'm gonna see if I ever... Hey, there's my extra life. I'm gonna see if it ever puts me in a terrible place. Like if I ever run out of fuel because I just keep spamming the M weapon. That's, I think, the best way to test my theory. You call it endangering the run, I call it embracing science. This is really not science, by the way. Don't get that all messed up in your head. And see, I was like, oh, getting pretty low, but then we just go right into this little section again. And now there will be fuel barrels galore. Which I'm thankful for, don't get me wrong. The sim weapon, it sure pulverizes, you know? Oh, look at this. More speed for me. I don't feel much faster. I could be, though. I wanted to get that one, but I would have just ran right into that bullet, too. That's what we call a big old trap. I'm about to end this boss's whole career. Look at that. It's really more like a very funny joke, see, rather than a boss. Look at that, got the pill and it didn't get shot. That's high level play there. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, you know? Don't let the self-proclaimed Zaxxon 3D experts cheat you out of that one. Ah, I wanted that. That was a fuel upgrade and I just let it fly by me. Yeah, I know. Careful, your fuel's low. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Shoot a bunch of fuel barrels? Get bailed out by the fuel industry? Now this. I yet again do not know what to do. Do I have to let that rocket go off? No, because I've done that before and it didn't make any difference. I'm just, you know, it's the kind of thing that I could look up, but at this point, I'm like, what's the point? All it is Zaxxon 3D, you know? How much effort do you really want to put into it? I want to make it clear too that these videos are definitely not made to be watched in one sitting, you know. There are a lot of long-form YouTube videos that I enjoy, lots of hour-plus long videos, and you know, I just kind of watch them throughout the course of a day, sometimes throughout the course of a week, depending on what it is, and that's... Ah! That's how you get through that. Took me that long. You can literally sneak right in between. Shame I lost all of my upgrades, so you know I don't really have much of a leg to stand on at this point. Oopsies. Game over. One moment here. Going to take a quick drink of water. Except, oh no, my water is here. I had to find it for a second. I was like, where's my water? All right. Hydrated. It's important. Sometimes I forget to hydrate in these episodes, and then I feel like a withered husk at the end. Probably not the healthiest thing ever. See, now that's, that'll make you feel a little goofy. By the way, it's absolute travesty that Donald Trump pardoned Lil Wayne and not Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda's still in prison. What are we gonna do about it, man? I'm pretty sure that cat girls still aren't going to be real under this new presidential administration either, so really, it's kind of a wash altogether. Oh goodness, cats yet again doing their thing all over. What is going on, you crazy creatures? I love my cats, I really, really do. They're the sweetest things you've ever seen. My youngest cat especially, he is cuddly, he's snuggly. You can pick him up and maul him and he doesn't even care. He's just a very, very cute boy overall. Nice black and white tuxedo, and that was the sound of him vaulting off my desk. Thank you. Oh, forgot to bring my timer back up. There we go. Need to know how much time we got left. It's about 8 minutes. Hi. Yeah, that is Zaxxon 3D's biggest problem. Is it's just not that fun, which is a bit of an indictment, if I do say so myself. You know, like, if you're gonna be a video game, you gotta be fun. More than anything, I think video games have to be fun, you know? Like, you can maybe argue, oh, movies don't have to be fun. Movies can be very good without being fun. It's like, okay, sure, but what's the one thing that separates a video game from a movie? The fact that you play it. If it's no fun to play, what's even the point in it being a video game? So, think on that next time, Naughty Dog. Hey, I haven't played The Last of Us Part 2. I can't tell you for sure with my own words if it is fun or unfun. I see a lot of people being like, oh, I didn't hate it for it's a story. I hate it just because it wasn't fun. I'm like, well, I get the weird feeling that you didn't play it, but okay. Not because I disbelieve everything that people say online, but the kinds of people that I say that I see who say that stuff, I know them fairly well, and I'm like, I don't think you played this game. And I have no evidence to prove that you did, put it that way. That's kind of a common thing, though, you know, and it's not just with video games. It happens too with movies and music and stuff. If there's something that is popular being talked about, people want to feel included, and they'll say that they've witnessed it, even if they haven't. You know, it's a white lie. It's a pretty victimless lie, but all I can really do is corner you. I've done it in the past. I think everybody's done it in the past. People are like, oh, you probably just haven't seen this. You're like, yeah, I have. What do you think I am? Uncultured? And then deep down you're like, I've never seen it before in my life. I try not to do that anymore. I was real bad with that in, you know, like high school, when you're trying to impress people for some reason. But, come on, man. I was gonna say before I so rudely got shut out of the air, part of growing is acknowledging your past faults. And not constantly repeating them. Wow, I'm just gonna eat another bullet like that, huh? Yeah, I don't know. This game is not gripping me. That's fine. Not every game on the Master System has to. Not every game on the Master System does. You know, show me a game system that has a library where 100% of the games are worth playing, and I'll call you a liar. Then explain the Gamecom, kid. Got me there. Handheld console of the millennium. Let's say, come on, you can get me there. And so it did. At least we get different music for each phase. At least we get shot down. But for all the future people who looked up Zaxxon 3D to see some gameplay, and for some reason watched all 60 minutes of this video, we made it through together. Now feel free to use this in your Zaxxon retrospective video essay that you're whipping up. I know it's the only reason you're watching this here. Like, that's the only way that I'm gonna gain viewers, like, is I'll gradually play more and more kind of obscure games that don't have a whole lot of, document. You gotta be kidding me. Wasn't high enough up. Okay. We played more and more obscure games that just aren't that well documented, and people are just gonna look those games up in the future, and lo and behold, I will be the default... the default video that shows up. That's my big game plan the whole time, see? It's not the most efficient way to build a viewer base, but no one can say that it was dishonest or unnatural. Boy, what a great round one this is so far, right? I'm not dying at all. It's the home stretch, you know, just like a minute and a half left. We can do this. And then greener pastures. Nice explosion sounds there, Mr. Zaxxon. I mean, it's an elegant solution. Just throw some white noise in there. Pick up the W pill. We all know what that stands for. Wumbo. Alright. Fight this guy one more time. As difficult as it's ever been. And, well, there we go. We got the other G. And just like that, it's time. Whew, that one dragged, if I'm being honest. I don't mean to be a negative Nancy there. Just, you know, it's a bland game. It's just Zaxxon, but in a slightly more awkward perspective, making it more overall difficult to play. Could have just ported regular old Zaxxon to the Master System Sega. You know, nobody would have been upset by that, but that's all right. That nearly wraps up this release cycle. There is one more game, though, that I have in the pipeline. It's for April 1988. March 1988 is over, and April only had one game, so we're just going to append that to this month here. That's Rescue Mission. That sounds so bland. I don't know what to expect. we're in that very much unknown kind of middle portion of the Master System here. It had some bangers towards the end. Or did it? We're already kind of coming up to those. Boy, I don't know. Master System has a few bangers, has a few bad ports, and then it's just got the kind of unknown nebulous area. But either way, we'll experience more of that together. So yeah, next time we're on the Master System, we got Rescue Mission. But tomorrow, we got Xevious on the NES. We'll see you then. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.